When you have #1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. The Bulldogs offense will go on the attack first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out and they'll have the ball for the first time. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates. And while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proving to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy. Each and every week, this dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously. So it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season. He's a guy that the numbers are looking really good, and that Heisman talk's going to get louder and louder.
NC State, a lot of freedom to do anything here on 2nd and inches. The offense changing the play. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. NC State will pick up the first down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
He'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
The Wolfpack now operating in the red zone. To the air on second down. Good timing on the quick out. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! A great catch and run for 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it. And they did just that.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Still on his feet. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's good. Ripping through the defense. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch you up to speed. Penn State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far today at Happy Valley. They're up by a field goal over Michigan State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Flips it out in the flat. Out across the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease, push somebody back, create some space. There was nowhere to go.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Here's the handoff. Turning it on! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Buys a little time. He'll pull it down and run. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
These guys.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. It's a draw. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, North Carolina State! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And I love the decisiveness by the quarterback on that play. Nobody open downfield. I'm going to go get this myself. And I'm not just going to go get a first down. I'm taking this thing to the house.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house.
Number 18, set to kick this one away.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The give to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
And this defense doing what it does best. Get after the quarterback. That's their 3rd of the day. They're number 1 in the nation at getting the quarterback on the ground. That's why they've had such a successful unit.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Backed up in their own end, just find some breathing room. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Great place to start for this offense. Tight end now in motion. They try to pop a run on the draw. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He might want another play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Got the quick pass. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, NC State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned, but not...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. He uncorks one deep. Makes the grab on the left side. Oh my goodness, he's still moving. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? They're going back to the ground. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Right back to it. Fights off a defender. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
On target over the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. DB's right up on the receivers. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just stiffen up. And they did a really nice job on 1st down, stopping the run. Here we go on 2nd. There's a good chance the offense tries to run it again.
He will be stopped just inches away after the catch and run. 3rd and goal, where the strong come through. They'll try to sneak it.
I know it's early, but you're down by a lot of points. You've got to go for it here on 4th down, David. I'm finding my best player offensively and giving him a shot.
And what you said is all the difference in the world. I'm already down a lot early. I got to make some things happen. This is a situation to get a touchdown. I'm going for it.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, take a gander at what's happening in this interesting battle in the Pac-12. USC looks like a legit title contender right now, and that offense is just having its way. They're up by 17 over Arizona State. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And this guy just oozing confidence as a signal caller. He's guided his offense with precision, and most of all, he has taken care of the football. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Trying to make magic. Oh, he's got some space. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
They'll try to pop the draw. Got the first down. Looking for more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Here we go. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Trying to find the end zone. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense and seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You could tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
When you've already set your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. And one thing we know about this junior signal caller, he is capable of putting on an aerial show. He's been turnover-free. They're moving the ball up and down the field. A really mature performance.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Plucks it out of the air. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Pulls it in. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice game. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the 1st half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big fella because he's going to be open most of the time.
Grab behind the line. It's Mayer. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Just keep slinging it. Now improvising. Gets rid of it. Give him 6. Touchdown, Wolfpack. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up for the PAT. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Give to the running back. Not much there. He gets one to the 11.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Got a man in the middle. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can.
And the defense, got him at the 27.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Going with the ground game left. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Going to try to get it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. NC State quick to the line. Wants to throw on first down. He'll pull it down on his feet at the 40. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Second down, he'll throw it. Buys a little time with his feet. Keeps it and gets to first down. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another first down, and he has just been running wild on this defense. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, North Carolina State! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Number 84.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. A very efficient 5. Scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Shakes off the defender. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Looking downfield on first down. Using the quick game. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
It'll be a draw. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's going to run it. Quarterback gets the first down. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers, they can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
A little floater there that falls incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
It just feels too little too late for this defense. Where was those plays earlier in the game, right? I mean, they're trailing by a ton of points now, in large part because they have not been able to get pressure on the quarterback. And finally, here late, they come up with a sack. So that's a teachable moment. That's something this coaching staff is going to point back to when they watch the film to build on. But they needed more pass rush early in this game.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple of yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here.
Touchdown, NC State! And they take it in for 6 more points. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
PAT unit on the field.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Man, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Miami is just wearing one right now. That defense looks like me when I go to South Beach. Out of shape and badly burned. Hey, who's writing this stuff? They're trailing by 14 to Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They'll leave it with him. There he goes! Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Finds the tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, give on the inside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The corners are walked up tight. Looking to throw, it's Davenport. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Mississippi State! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups, and you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Smashes it through for the PAT. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Trying to escape and get it himself. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive.
Breaks into the open. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Buys a little extra time. He breaks a tackle. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put them down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to take off. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
The #1 key for this defense coming into this game was finding a way to stop this quarterback from running the football. And guys, they have not done a good job of that early in this game. He has been able to get out of the pocket, whether it's been designed runs or scrambles like on what we just saw. The defense has got to start changing it up. They need to spy him more, I think, moving forward.
Offside defense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to the end zone. Finds his big tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll try to move the chains on 4th down. NC State comes to the line. Needs it to keep this drive alive. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Trying play action. Caught near the sticks. It's Alvarez. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Not much of a secret who they were looking to, but doing something about it is a major problem.
It's so hard to stop on these 3rd downs. You think about it, he could block, and then he can go deep. He can release, intermediate. The tight ends are so valuable in today's football, and especially in the red area. They find him, and they get the 1st down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. North Texas overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Mean Green tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Quickly to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Here's the pressure. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Makes a nice grab at the 25. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Zings it complete to the right. At the 35, he's open. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Defense just has to do a better job in coverage, guys. They did a great job taking away the quarterback's initial primary target, but then they left that guy completely wide open. Somebody busted on the back end.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. gives it to the back on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Using his feet to buy time. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
You got to love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Snagged in the middle. It's Cherry. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart, because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays, because they are definitely playing the deep end.
He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Here's a heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better.
Turning it on! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Wants to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Lanier. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
A strike downfield. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
Got the back over the middle. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Penn State is down, but don't rule out some late-game magic. With that offense and the kid on D, who's the latest stud at linebacker, anything is possible. They're trailing by 10 to Michigan State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Scanning the field, it's Davenport. Escapes the sack. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Throws to the back. This time on target. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
Brought down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking left. He's got it.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Fires on the move. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Wants to fire on second down. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.